come out, whoever you are.
Honestly, if someone told you they believed in Thor, what would you think? More importantly, would you take them seriously? I was never infected with the religion gene. In my formative years it just wasn't mentioned. My mother could be at best described as a loose Christian, and my father was some sort of deist. But while I was very young, religion just never came up. Or if it did, I wasn't aware of it. I do vaguely remember going to Sunday school once. Only because my sisters went. I had no idea what Sunday school was, but there was a trampoline, so I went. It was prize giving day and everybody got a prize. Everybody, that is, apart from me. After a lot of swearing and banging about, I resolved never to go again. It wasn't until I started school that I really encountered religion, and for me that just entailed singing boring songs and pretending to play at assembly. Not what we were playing was, I just copied what everyone else was doing. It was only when they started to pick people from my infant school nativity play, yes, it was late 60s, and the nativity plays were still allowed, that I had any real idea who Jesus was supposed to be. They were picking people, and if it was chance for an audience, then I wanted him. So my infant school teacher, who I've no idea what her name is now, was telling us a story of what we were going to perform. The wondrous story of a young Mary and Joseph, a little donkey, 3 kings, shepherds and angels. Hang on a minute. What? A what? An angel. Magic with wings. Even at the age of 5, my young mind was wondering why my teacher, the font of all knowledge, was lying to me. I was nowhere near old enough to think through my logical objection to what she was saying and what she was telling the class. But there was one thing I did know. I had 2 older sisters, and I knew a bloody lie when I heard one. I didn't object, I wouldn't have dared, I wouldn't have known how to. The rest of my young school friends were taking this all in. It was just me. I felt alone and isolated. I couldn't go home and tell my mum my teacher was lying to me. She was my teacher, the most authoritative person in my young life. So I stayed silent, played along with their little games, still pretending to pray, and would sing along with all the hymns if I felt people were watching. I say people, I mean Mrs. Gloria, who would proud the assembly hall looking for people who weren't singing with enough gusto, and those she found would be forced to spend playtime with her, and not out in the playground. It was all a charade. I knew it was all rubbish. I just kept playing their games and kept silent. A few years passed and I carried on pretending to join in with their hymns and praying, all the while not quite understanding why I was the only person who didn't believe in this rubbish. Then it happened. We as a family were watching some telly on a Sunday afternoon. One of the characters declared they were an atheist, much to the shock and horror of the rest of the cast. I asked what an atheist was, and my elder sister said quietly, someone who doesn't believe in God. Hallelujah! It wasn't just me. There were other people out there, grown-up people, who could see through all this garbage as well. Once I was old enough, when I reached the grammar school, and I felt confident enough to call out my teachers on the absurdity of what they were telling us, I routinely found myself outside the class, in the corridor, and ordered to copy text from the Bible. This so-called punishment meant that not only was I more familiar with scripture than my classmates, but it also gave me more ammunition to throw at my exasperated teachers. This ended with one of the most terrifying moments of my school years. And believe me, I had some merry ones. I called the teacher Mr. Jones, just for the sake of the narrative. Mr. Jones had found me in the corridor with my desk and chair, which is where I invariably ended up culinary. He asked me why I was there, and I explained that I'd been expelled from the class for being disruptive. This man, a tall man with little glasses perched on the end of his nose, he looked a spit image of the teacher from the video for a Pink Floyd scene for Another Brick in the Wall. Asked why I'd been disruptive, I replied, well sir, I don't believe in God. Well, he was already a good 6'6", and he seemed to grow a couple of feet taller. He went crimson, bloated like a volcano. I have no idea what it was he was actually screaming, but it wasn't good. My teacher appeared from inside the class and ushered Mr. Jones down the corridor. I was shell-shocked. It was my first encounter with the violent reaction that can be provoked from men of God, merely for not joining them in their delusion. Henri and me parted ways. I didn't want to be there, and they didn't want me. School assemblies I spent having a fag just outside the back gate on Hewitt Road. That's smoking a cigarette for our American colleagues. I went through my teenage years and into my adult life, just not thinking about God, in the same way as I didn't think about botany. I had no interest. If anybody asked, I was agnostic, I didn't know. Which is a cop-out position because nobody truly knows. Not even the bloody Pope. His Holiness might truly believe with every fibre of his being that there is a God, but he doesn't know. He has no more knowledge about it than I do. We in England were living in a post-Christian age. We attained it. The pious could no longer set fire to us, no longer make us, the dissenters, suffer trial by ordeal. We had reduced them to holding Bingham Boys sales and tea dances with Derby and Joan Club. More tea, Vicar. On 9/11 the world changed. You could no longer just say religion, no thank. When those airplanes slammed into buildings, religion slammed its ugly, poisonous way into all of our lives. You could almost feel the glee from the ultra-conservative Christian right across the Atlantic in America. They knew a revival was coming. Their quest to infiltrate the power bases in Washington was giving us a new urgency. A portal had opened up, and here came the godly. In Britain, immigrants brought with them the strange faith that we knew little of and didn't understand. Is religion, what harm could it do? All religions are the same. They all preach goodwill to all men, don't they? Short answer to that is no. No, they don't. Christianity to Islam is as crown green bowling is to cage fighting. They, at their core, are not the same thing. This pushy and demanding new faith soon elbows its way into our national consciousness, assisted by the PC brigades who so understand minorities and their right. It wasn't long before a new faith, cheered on by their more subdued Christian cousins, were demanding more and more privilege, that we changed our society's norms and customs to accommodate them so they wouldn't be offended, imposing their religious practices on the rest of society. If you eat in any public building, the chances are you will eat food prepared to their religious, not yours, theirs. If you complain, out comes that word. You know the one. The faithful of all stripes are gained strength, and they will use it. They will use it to affect the way you live, the choices you make. It's happening, and the secular have to stand up to these people and say, no, I will not put up with this. It was after 9/11 that I began to think of myself as an atheist and an anti-theist. I could see the danger of organised religion, the clear and present danger that men of faith pose to all of us. We defeated them once and we can do it again, because reason always wins out over faith. It just takes time. Those of us with no faith, just as secular, have to take a stand. Have to take a stand against the madness that is finding its feet again in the Western world. I asked a question at the beginning of this video. I feel the same way about people who believe in Jesus, Allah, or indeed Shiva, as you feel about people who believe in Thor.
Oh, one more thing.
My name's Mark. I've been the cuckoo clock. I've got neurofibromatosis, and if you don't like, share and subscribe, it's because you're a hate-filled, dysmorphia-phobic bigot. I'm probably a racist.